talk about solar system maintenance, how much it's going to need, what it's going to cost, what's typically going to be the actor behind that maintenance requirement, and how to mitigate those issues. So, how much maintenance will solar systems need? Well, unfortunately, there's been a saying that's been adopted in solar sales where it's set it and forget it, or there's no moving parts. And we all know that couldn't be further from the truth. Solar systems are going to require maintenance. Anything in the world that has a lifespan operationally of 25 to 30 years is not going to run completely maintenance free for that entire time. When it comes to warranties, equipment has pretty standard in the solar industry. Panels are typically 25 years. Inverters are going to range anywhere from 12 to 25, and batteries are going to do anywhere from 10 to 15. So if a piece of equipment does fail, typically, if it's within that warranty period, which is a pretty long time, homeowners are going to get a new piece of equipment to them without having to pay for it, unless it's under something that's not covered by the warranty. But that's a topic for a different video. So they can get that piece of equipment replaced at no cost, but the labor associated with it is not going to be something that's covered under those product warranties. And a lot of times labor is not included in installer workmanship warranties. Home Advisor actually notes that typically labor swap out for equipment can range anywhere from $75 to $250 an hour. So homeowners, when you're getting a piece of equipment replaced, are going to have to expect to pay several $100s likely to get that covered. But maintenance isn't just defined as equipment failures or equipment replacements. Maintenance can also be the smaller things, right? Connectivity issues that require something to just power cycle, maybe. There's a whole bunch of different ways that sometimes those can be done remotely and don't require maintenance and a labor cost, but sometimes they do. So while there are definitely many kinds of maintenance, by far and away the one that requires the most labor cost for homeowners is going to be equipment failures. So let's focus on that more specifically. Now, there are three major pieces of equipment that could fail and charge a lot of labor rate for it. It's panels, it's inverters, and it's batteries. Now, batteries are a little newer to most of the US solar market, so those don't have a ton of practical failure data available for them yet. So let's put those off to the side for a minute. But looking at panels versus inverters, the culprit is pretty clear that inverters had a significantly higher failure rate, which kind of makes sense, right? Inverters do a much more labor-intensive job when it comes to solar. While the panels are definitely the most recognizable part of the system, it's just a couple of layers squished together that, through the photovoltaic effect, produce electricity. And once it runs through those wires, that's kind of the end of the panel's involvement in the system. Everything else, from grid frequency, DC to AC conversion, interacting with the grid, interacting with the home, all that happens inside the inverter. So of course it's more likely to fail. Data from a 2017 study by NREL, the National Renewable Energy Lab, suggests that panels installed between 2000 and 2015 experienced about a 5 in every 10,000 units failure rate. So it's pretty low. Now, we here at Solar Insure published a study that I will link in the video description if you want to read through it about inverter failure rate. And what we did is we looked at claims data from over 100,000 claims made over a 5-year period to determine what we're looking at for equipment. And the different type of inverter actually has a pretty big impact on the failure rate for it. Now, our research suggests that string inverters actually experience a failure rate of 0.89% in the first 2 years of operations, which means that out of every 10,000 units produced, about 89 of them would be expected to fail. Microinverters, on the other hand, experienced a 0.055%, which means out of every 10,000 units, about 5.5 of them would be expected to fail. Now, both of our studies note that since 2017, the failure rate for both of those technologies has improved significantly and has continued going down since then. So these are getting better and better over time. Now, while the overall failure rate differed by a pretty fair margin, there were some other really interesting data points that our research found. When looking at the average time to fail after installation, microinverters were an average of 261 days post-installation. String inverters were actually an average of 269 days. So there was a little bit of a slight difference there in between, which would suggest that while microinverters failed less frequently overall, the ones that did fail failed slightly sooner than their string inverter counterparts. Additionally, what we're seeing is that it was actually a more costly system to repair. we looked at our average claim payout data. And for microinverter systems, there was an average about $464 paid out in claim for a microinverter replacement. For string inverters, on the other hand, it was an average about $432. So while those microinverters, as we said, failed less frequently, they typically did fail faster and would be more expensive to replace, which makes a lot of sense. String inverters are often mounted right near the ground, so they're fairly easy. It's a single point to replace, whereas microinverters are going to require people to be up on a roof, removing one or potentially multiple panels to get access to the faulty piece of equipment. But unless you're protected by an extended service agreement or an independent warranty or a really robust install or workmanship warranty, homeowners can expect that they should probably be paying at least a few $100s when it comes to solar system maintenance. So how do you mitigate service costs when it comes to solar system maintenance? Well, there's a couple of different things. And first and foremost is going to be monitoring for systems. Solar installers and solar homeowners should be looking at systems regularly so they can proactively check on that. Sometimes you can catch things before they become a bigger issue, or you can know where errors might occur. If you're using monitoring, you can also oftentimes troubleshoot remotely. Sometimes it's something as simple as power cycling the unit so the connectivity comes back. So you don't always have to be sending somebody a site. But there are a couple of other great options too. For newly installed systems, you can include one of the SI30 products from Insure on the front end of that system. With SI30 Solar, SI30 Total, or SI30 Battery, you can get 30 years long-term protection for those systems. So solar installers can give their homeowners extended peace of mind for their systems, knowing they're covered by a 30-year independent warranty that covers the parts and the labor for it as well. And those homeowners know that they're completely independent of any other types of warranty, so they are extra covered on there. Plus, all the SI30 products carry manufacturer default protection, so if something were to happen to a manufacturer going insolvent, there's an extra layer of protection for homeowners. If you're a homeowner who doesn't have a reliable maintenance provider or your installer went out of business, you have a fantastic solution in SolarDetect. With SolarDetect, you get a solar system maintenance solution tailored specifically to your exact needs. You get coverage for all the critical components of your system, plus labor coverage as well. You have access to our team of experts who check on your system for monthly monitoring reports sent out. And if they notice something during the reports or you notice something, you can file a claim with our team so that we can try to troubleshoot issues remotely. If we can't troubleshoot them remotely, we work with our network of local certified vetted service providers to get out, perform the maintenance that you need. You don't have to worry about the hassle of trying to work with manufacturers to get RMAs or replacement equipment. We handle all of that for you. And SolarDetect is also backed by Zurich North America for an extra safety net and financial backing for homeowners. You can visit detect.solarinsure.com to see if you're eligible today. And if you're looking and just starting your solar journey, talk to your installer about SI30 products from Insure so you can get that long-term coverage. Thanks for watching the video. Make sure you subscribe and check the video description for any of the links that we talked about. Catch you in the next one.